What's up, everybody? It is your girl Tiffany, and I wanted to do a video on just some of the things that I do to protect myself, especially with everything that's going on right now with so many girls and women who look like me that are going missing. Not all of them are for the same reason. It's just crazy people in the world. There are sick people in the world. And I do think that it is important that we protect our young ones as much as possible, that we protect ourselves and anything that we can be in control of. I do think that it is important that we protect ourselves. There's a lot going on with sex trafficking. Right now, there are so many of us young women and young girls that look like me, young Black African American women who are being taken. They're missing. People that are taking what belongs to us, our bodies, what's in our bodies. And I do think that it's important that we try our best to control what we can control. I wrote down some things that I do to make sure that I stay alert, and hopefully some of the suggestions or some of the things that I do could help someone else. One thing that I stopped doing, I stopped being on my phone when I am going in and out. Like, especially, it don't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. I really do my best to stay off of my phone. Like, just my face in my phone, like walking to my car, when I'm leaving out of any place, like a grocery store, or even when I leave out of work, like I still am on high alert. Like, I just try not to just keep my phone like right here or my head down, and I'm just like just texting or being on social media and stuff. Like, I cut all of that off. Because if you're in your phone, and sometimes when we be in our phones, like, we be deep off in that thing. And I do think that we have to just be way more alert than what's going on in our phones at that time. It is only going to take a few seconds or minutes, however distance you are from your vehicle, I do think, or from wherever destination that you're going to, like the store or whatever, just wherever your destination, wherever you are and wherever you're trying to get to. I think that you could wait that little 5 minutes to text or be off of social media just for that time, just so that you can make sure that you're paying attention to your surroundings, because you want to look up, make sure like you remember what cars were next to you or what vehicles are around you. Like, that's important for you to make sure that you are paying attention to, even when you're parking, like, try not to park too far in the back. But especially since, again, it's daylight savings time, it's nighttime. So wherever you going, just make sure that, like, you try your best to stay out of your phone for like that little bit of time wherever you're going to, like wherever in your vehicle to wherever your destination is, from your destination back to your car. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. So try to stay off your phone. Like, I stay off my phone when I'm going from one destination from point A to point B. So that's just something that I do. Hopefully, if you notice that is something that you do. And I mean, just a suggestion. You ain't gotta do it, because if social media or texting at that moment is, important, just do it before you get out the car and then do it, or from wherever point B is. Make sure you're doing everything before you just walking. Just make sure you do it like in the mall or the grocery store. Just make sure you're doing whatever that is in there, not necessarily like while you're walking to or from your car. If you feel uncomfortable about wherever you're going, if something just don't feel right, don't look right, and it's somewhere you have to be or you need to be for whatever reason, or if you're meeting somebody or whatever, call someone or FaceTime them. If you don't have no iPhone, just make sure you call or video chat or whatever. Just make sure that, like, if you do feel uncomfortable, don't text it. Call someone and just be like, hey, can you stay on the phone with me until I walk in the house? Like, just make conversation, but you are still being alert, still being able to look around and let the person know where you are. And, if you're comfortable enough to, share your location with a specific friend, do that. But just make sure that you are, like, I sometimes do that depending on where I'm at or where I'm going. I'm gonna call someone, or if I'm leaving from a friend, and I'd be like, hey girl, listen, stay on the phone with me until I walk into the house or walk to my car or what have you. I think that's important too, so that that person can know exactly what's going on. Or if, like, some friends sit and watch you get in your vehicle, depending on where they are. I would just suggest, friends, make sure you watch your friends to their car if you can. That goes along with if that's a male friend, or if you're a male, hopefully you're walking the person to their car if it's a female. But if you can, just make sure you're watching your friends. But if you do feel uncomfortable where you are going, to whatever reason you're going there for, just make sure that you call or FaceTime somebody. That is just what I do. Hopefully that helps you. Make sure that you are always paying attention to your surroundings. Just make sure that you are just paying attention to the vehicles around you. If you two big ass vans sitting in between your car and they don't look too, hot, I'll wait. I'm gonna go back in the store. Or if I just don't feel comfortable with, like, just what's going on right here, especially if it's like, if I'm all the way in the back and some just don't look right, I'm not doing it. That's just me personally. Like, I'll wait. That's just not something. If something really just does not look right, and that's why it's important not to be on your phone, like texting and stuff, because if you're not even paying attention to that can easily, like, you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. So that's why it's important that, like, you try not to text and be on social media at the time that you're walking to your vehicle, because you do have to pay attention to everything that's going on around you. And even when you're driving, like, pay attention to the people who, like, trailing you too long. I bust a left here, bust a right there, hell, go to the police station if they following you way too long. Don't go straight home if it seems like something's not right. When I'm walking to my car, I keep my keys. Or if I'm going somewhere, if I'm going anywhere, I make sure I keep my keys in my hand or in my jacket. I don't care where I'm going. I keep my keys in my hand. If I have a jacket that has pockets, I keep my keys on me. Like, I don't keep them in my purse. No, I keep them in my jacket. And especially if my jacket have zip ups, I'm keeping them in my jacket. If I have an inside pocket, it's going in there. Like, I'm keeping, because I have my hands on them. So if I forever ever feel the need to just, like, go, like bust it one time, like, I already have my keys in my hand and I know exactly where I'm going. I don't have to, like, fondle through my purse or anything like that. So I try to keep my keys at a close distance to me, whether it's in my pockets or my jean, like, anything that has a pocket, I'm probably gonna try to wear, especially with it being wintertime now. Like, try to keep, somewhere where you could keep your keys near your hand so that you could easily have access to them when you are walking to or from wherever you're walking or going to. Or if I do happen to put my keys in my purse and I don't have no pockets, I ain't got, like, I'm wearing tights or I'm wearing, like, a different type of jacket that don't have pockets, if I put it in my purse, I'm putting it in one of those pockets where it's like one of those little open, the open part. I don't know what part they're called, but it's like a little open part. I think like every purse has that little space. But I keep it in that space because then I know exactly where it's at. Like I know it's right here, and I don't have to again fondle through my purse. You know, us as females, women, we just throw them things up in there and just go about our business and not think about it too tough. You know, and that's just a normalcy that we do. Just throw our keys in there over it. If you know you're going somewhere, just make sure that you're being conscious about like where you're actually putting your keys, so that even if you place your purse somewhere or whatever, you know exactly where they are, or just keep your keys on you, period. Also with my keys, it's similar to like keeping your keys in your hand, but I will keep my keys when I'm walking to my car or walking to my apartment. I'm keeping my keys in my hand. Like there's no, and I have them in a way that it's like the big key is like I could possibly use it as a weapon if I wanted to. So I keep it like that. So that I already have like my car key. If I'm walking to my car, I have my actual car key like ready to like beep beep. What's up? I'm finna get in. So I already have that. But if I'm walking to my apartment, I'm still not fondling through anything. Like I already have the key ready for me to like get in the house. Like, so I'm not standing at my door, with my back to, you know, the opposite side. I already have it out, and I'm still always like making sure and looking around to make sure that like nobody's following me. And even if I see something suspect, like I can already be aware and like getting on the move. And I walk extremely fast. Like when I'm walking to my apartment or I'm walking to my car, I'm definitely pushing it, just because first of all, it's cold outside. Not only that, I'm just being cautious about the people who are around. And that's just that on that. If you have a stun gun, this is just a suggestion. I just bought one, but not for me. But if you are comfortable enough to have like a stun gun or a pocket knife, I would suggest to get one. If you're old enough, or if you feel like you can be safe to use it, I would suggest to get one. I would get one. Or if you feel comfortable enough to have a little pistol, get one. If you do get a gun, or a pistol or what have you, go to the gun range often. Most gun ranges have like ladies' night. Some places, sometimes they be free, half off, or what have you. If you a veteran, they have some places have a lot of discounts. So if you do get any of those things, make sure you go get your classes, get your permit to have it open carry state. Then you should read up on your laws and regulation on that. Because some folks is packing. But if you do any of these things, I would suggest for you to go to like certain classes, like self-defense classes. So I do think that all those things are important. Those are just some of the things that I do. A lot of those things that I do, and that's just to stay alert and make sure that I'm just paying attention to my surroundings at all times. Now, when it comes to all this other crazy stuff that's going on with like Uber or Lyft and like these random text messages, because I've gotten like 2 random text messages from 2 random numbers, and I have the slightest idea who they are. Like, it's not one of those, somebody texting me from like pretending to be one person and they're not, or whatever. But I've gotten 2 random text messages from random numbers, and I've blocked both, just because I'd have no idea who they were. And it wasn't from any, like, one was from, it was like a Georgia number, and then another one was like a random, like a really random area code. And I was just like, nah, I'm not even gonna do any of that. So I just immediately deleted. And if you know you didn't recently give nobody your number, or you just like, nah, I don't even know nobody from this area code, block it. Don't click on no links. Don't do none of it. Like, just don't do any of it. So just make sure that, like, if it don't look right, don't do it. Just don't even entertain it. Especially if you just like, just no. Also with like Uber and Lyft, I know like there's been a lot of videos and just stories that these women have been sharing about like their experience getting into Uber and or Lyft. That has been like a really tough one, because I had recently had to get a Lyft, and none of that stuff had crossed my mind to even check. But I always like check to make sure like the license and the person, everybody look the same, that key is actually going to the thing. And you know, you could just never be too sure, even if it was in the daytime, in the morning time, because I went in the morning time to use the Lyft. It's still, you really just never know, because you know, you thinking that when I get into this vehicle, I'm gonna go to my destination, and you're really trusting really the person to do what they're supposed to do, which is to take you from point A to point B. So you can, you know, now it's just like you can't be too careful with that either, and just be safe with that. Just make sure you're checking all the locks. I know like one video or a post said, you know, to make sure that you're checking those Lyfts or Ubers when you get in to them, and make sure that like they're not on child's lock. So, and again, if you got something to, you know, do what you gotta do to make sure you stay safe, you know. And hell, if you can't record everything, look, I see you. And I'm like, and if you could FaceTime somebody and you don't feel comfortable, be on the phone with someone. Like I said earlier, make sure that you're on the phone with someone, or FaceTime somebody. Let them screen record everything. Like, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And like, I hate that we have to do all of these things just so that we are safe and nobody takes us. Like, nah. Nothing, like at this point, like nothing is too safe to do. Yeah, if you don't have to go anywhere by yourself, try not to go anywhere by yourself. Like, just really try your best. Just try not to. Y'all just make sure, us as women, we just have to look out for each other the best way that we know how. That's all I have for that. So make sure that you are staying safe in every area of where you're going. And if it doesn't look good, don't go. If it doesn't look safe, don't go. Yeah. So y'all just make sure that y'all are doing everything that you need to do. But yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed night, evening, or day whenever you watch this. I love y'all. Y'all make sure that every day that you are smiling and doing everything that you can do to just be great in this world. Talk to you soon.